Previously on the road to legend. $29.99. What is going on, everybody? Really excited to announce that one of my favorite Pokemon just spawned at my place, so I want to go catch that. I want to use that in Go Battle League, so let's go check it out right now. Alright, so let's check this out here. No, not you, Charlie. Not you. Your spotlight hour was yesterday. Get out of here. Get out of here, Charlie. Couldn't even give me a shiny yesterday. Ooh, let's go. Ooh. So here it is, the beautiful Pelipper, 100% IV, just spawned in the bathroom of all places. Not sure what it's doing here, but this thing is an absolute beast. Let's get this show on the road. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP, so please consider subscribing to the channel if that is of interest to you. And if you're a returning subscriber like Chris Dribbler, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are taking a look at the final set in which I finally hit Legend rank in Season 6 of Go Battle League using the same team from the previous video. So if you haven't watched the last video in which I got trolled with a $29.99 rating, definitely go check that out. I'll have a link up here to it. Now, I did manage to hit the leaderboard after finishing this set. Now, it was pretty much at the bottom of the first page, but first page is first page, and I got to rank 50, so very happy about that with a 3069 rating. And overall, this team performs quite well. Now, I know a lot of you might not have access to defense form Deoxys. There are alternatives such as Toxicroak or Medicham, I think are probably the two best ones. You could also use Shadow Machamp, and then you could also use other counters like Vigoroth, Obstagoon, but they are going to make the team double weak to fighting in the back. I'd be lying if I said that it was this team that got me to rank 10. In reality, I went from 2300 to 2900 with the double ice strategy, which if you have been watching my channel for some time is my go-to team for the Go Battle League in the Ultra League. So that team basically put me in position for this. The Holiday Cup, I went from 29 to 2956, and then I stopped so that I could put out a video in Open Great League, hopefully hitting Legend rank, and I was able to do that. If you guys enjoy this type of video, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow, and I just wanted to thank every single one of you because it is your comments in which we discuss battles, everything that happens, my mistakes, what I do well, that helps me to perform and rank up in these battles. So big shout out to all of you, and without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. Alright, so it's the final set, Gene 295 in the first matchup, and we got trolled with the $29.99. So usually I choke hard, you know, I was going to get my Paul George jersey for this video, but I couldn't find that. Said screw this, we're going to end up winning, we're not going to choke this time. Pelipper into Galarian Stunfisk, which is actually a pretty good matchup for Pelipper, but I like to switch on to Deoxys to catch the Rock Slide. Unfortunately for me, I did not time that, or the opponent held off, which was a good play on their part, and now they're able to land the Earthquake onto me. So now they switch out into Mew in order to catch this Rock Slide, which is a pretty hard counter for Deoxys, but if I could get to another Rock Slide here, if they decide to commit to the farm down, maybe I could get some damage, but it's still not looking too good for us right now. This is not an optimal situation to be in, and the opponent here is going to farm down all the way, which is not good. So I'm going to bring in Stunfisk here. The reason I'm going to bring in Stunfisk is because I know it could tank 2 Surfs without having to use any shields, whereas if I brought in the Pelipper, I'd be threatened by 1 Wild Charge. So I think Stunfisk is the correct play here, and I know he has a Stunfisk in the back, which my Pelipper will do okay against, so not too worried. I'm able to farm down here too without wasting shield, which is really good for me, and now I'll be able to throw this Rock Slide against the Marowak, which comes in, and perhaps the opponent isn't aware of how much energy I have, so they do shield this, and now I bring the Pelipper. I'm able to switch out here because I know Pelipper is a great match against both Marowak and the Galarian Stunfisk, so I have no worries switching out and locking myself into this particular matchup. And I know that Stunfisk in the back is probably 1 Weather Ball away from getting KO'd, so I have to use my shields very wisely here. And it was really good that I got this last shield from the opponent there, because now I'm in a good position. I could let one of these moves go here. I need to save 1 shield at least for the Rock Slide that the Stunfisk has in the back. And now, although that was a Shadow one, I have to shield this one no matter what it is, even if it's a Bone Club bait. And the opponent is going to switch out, throw this Rock Slide. Good thing I have that shield ready. And even if he has another one ready, this is going to be CMP. I'm going to win with the Weather Ball. But of course, he's probably dry on energy there, so this will KO. And that Marowak should also be dry on energy. Get hit by one wing attack here. Even if it KO'd me, I have the Stunfisk 2 much shot down in the back. So GG's there. Yellow Fellow 0-0 here in match number 2. Off to a good start, 1-0. I'm thinking at least 3 wins should be good enough to get 1 point here. So we see a Toxicroak lead, amazing for us. And Ferrothorn comes in. I decided to build up 4 Weather Ball before switching out because Deoxys has such an amazing matchup here against Ferrothorn. So I'm gonna get hit by this Power Whip here. You can see it's gonna take at least another 2 Power Whips to KO. And I'm gonna take this here. And at this point, because I switched out lane, I'm gonna be forced to throw energy. And both Rock Slide and Thunderbolt are going to be resisted. But the Thunderbolt does slightly more damage, although it's less energy efficient. But since I'm gonna farm down with counter anyways, I feel that throwing the one that does more damage is probably a bit better. And now I do have a move ready. So let's see what the opponent chooses to bring here. Will they bring in the Toxicroak? They do. And the thing about bringing Toxicroak in here is that I've only shown Thunderbolt, so it's possible I have Psycho Boost. So the opponent does shield there because remember, Psycho Boost is pretty much going to one-shot the Toxicroak, so they don't want to take that chance. Now I bring in Pelipper and I throw the Weather Ball here. The opponent switches out to catch us, which is a great play on their part. And I probably should have held off here. I should have known better, but totally fine. Fortunately for us, we do have Stunfisk, which is going to wall Dewgong here. So it's a very good situation to be in. And the reason I don't shield here is because he threw with not enough energy for a Water Pulse. Otherwise I would shield, but he threw a bit too early, so I knew it had to be an Icy Wind. And I'm going to throw this Rock Slide here. I want to get these Rock Slides off as soon as possible, just so that I don't get too debuffed before throwing them. And here, this is another Icy Wind, but in this situation I'm getting quite low, so I'm going to choose to shield. And remember, he's going to switch out at some point into his Toxicroak, try to farm energy, so it's very important that I kept the switch timer synced here so that I could bring in the Pelipper immediately as soon as he switches out. So gonna get off this Rock Slide here, which is huge for me. And because of this, he's probably not going to be able to throw a move here. He switches out into Toxicroak. I'm able to switch immediately into my Pelipper, and I don't really want to take any chances here from the Sledge Bomb because I have this game in the bag pretty much. So all I have to do is get to a Weather Ball here, and you can see I'm over farming a lot, trying to count the energy there, and a little bit risky, but we do get it right. And the Weather Ball KOs, and now we have another Weather Ball ready for this Dewgong in the back. So we're going to take this game, and that's a 2-0 start. And I'm thinking one more game, and we're gonna hit Legend for sure, or at least we should. It's just 1 point. Come on. So we get FPSticks here, the Legend himself. And if you guys watched one of my previous videos, you saw that I got absolutely destroyed by FPSticks. So we get another positive lead against him here. Last time we hard countered his team and we threw so bad. He outplayed us so well, and I don't want to repeat of that. So going for the Weather Ball here against the Swampert. It's very important that you keep the Pelipper aligned with the Swampert here because it beats both the Stunfisk and the Deoxys in the back, and I don't want any of that. So the Sludge Wave comes through and he switches out into Registeel. You can see I don't throw there. Very good. Bring in the Stunfisk here. This is a good matchup for us. We're going to get hit by a Focus Blast, which is going to hurt, but I don't want to waste the shield because it's not going to KO. But this is a little bit of a risky situation because we switched in a little bit late. So I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake here. Do not want to bait. If I go for the Rock Slide and lets it go through without a shield, it would be brutal. So he lets that go through. I'm able to farm down before he gets to another move, which is absolutely amazing for us. And now I have energy ready. If he brings in the Swampert, he's dry on energy. I could have probably got to the Earthquake, but I just want to go for the Rock Slide here. Don't really care. This is going to do enough damage. No shield. I'm able to farm down before he gets the Hydro Cannon off. And we see a Skarmory in the back, so this is absolutely lit at this point. And I know that the game is probably won here, but I can't get too comfortable because it is FPSticks. He is an incredible battler, and I threw the last game, which I should have won too. He outplayed me, so maybe he could do it again here, but this is a pretty tough situation for him to come back from. I brought in the Pelipper here because I wanted to get rid of the shields on the Skarmory and make it dump all its energy onto the Pelipper, soften it up for the Deoxys in the back, which should have a very relatively easy time at this point. And honestly, it's actually so amazing that I was able to battle FPSticks here in this final set because it makes me feel like I earned Legend by being able to battle a player of this caliber, and fortunately for us, get the win. So I feel like Legend was earned by pulling off that victory there. So huge shout out to FPSticks. TouchYourBod here in match number 4. We are 3-0 and we are seeing an Azumarill lead here. Now the Azumarill lead is actually pretty decent for Pelipper. You do lose the 0 shields, but landing the Hurricanes and shielding the Pelipper at least once, you can turn this game into a pretty good spots. So we take the Ice Beam there. I didn't shield because it was an Ice Beam and Play Rough would do a bit more damage. So gonna throw the Hurricane here. Let's see if he chooses to shield. At this point, there are two ways I could play this. I could stay in and burn a shield and win this, or I could switch out to Deoxys, try to catch the move. Unfortunately, the opponent did not throw this time, so I'm going to get hit here probably by a Hydro Pump, which would not be good. It is a Hydro Pump, does a lot of damage, about 50% there. And I realize at this point I can't farm down, so I'm going to throw right before he gets to his move. That's a very important tactic that you guys should practice. Count the enemy's moves and make sure to throw right before they get to the move. So I'm going to see a SirFetch'd come in here, and this is a good matchup for Deoxys, but unfortunately I'm too low on health, so I'm just gonna let this go down and bring in Pelipper, because Pelipper is a really good matchup here against SirFetch'd. And let's see if the opponent chooses to let this go through. They do, and now I'm gonna look to farm down completely before they get to a move, but they switch out into Meganium. And if you watch the previous video, you know that Meganium is very difficult here for this team. So the reason I go for Weather Ball here is because he has 2 shields. The SirFetch'd is pretty much done. He can't really afford to get hit by Hurricane, so I was expecting him to shield, but I could have probably made the Hurricane and threw that. But at the same time, I didn't know if he'd get to a Frenzy Plant first, so I didn't want to risk it, and I just threw the Weather Ball. Could have been a gamble, but fortunately for us, he did burn the shield, and now we're in a decent spot here against the Meganium, especially because we called the Earthquake correctly. So now I know I should be able to outpace this. The only way I could probably lose this is if the opponent sacks, but I'm not sure if their switch timer will come up quick enough for that. So the Frenzy Plant's going to come through here. The switch timer is probably going to come up right after this move. So this is a very tricky spot for me here. And I do throw the Rock Slide. That was very risky, but fortunately for us, the opponent did not switch out. They might have been very close to a Frenzy Plant. I thought they could beat us to it, so I bring the Pelipper to farm down. We're 4-0 at this point. It's pretty much a lock that we're hitting Legend. Sleepy Brown here in the next match. Match number 5, and we see Pelipper into Alolan Marowak. So a very good lead here. And the opponent brings in Shiftry. So ask yourselves right now, when you see an Alolan Marowak lead and the opponent instantly switches into Shiftry, what team are they running? It's most likely the Caleb Ping Double Grassline 2.0, which is Alolan Marowak, Shiftry, and Ferrothorn in the back. So if it is that line, I decide to stay in with Pelipper because I know I can win this match against the Shiftry and then have my Deoxys aligned with the Ferrothorn and my Stunfisk aligned with the Marowak, which should be a pretty straightforward win for me, hard countering the team, right? So that's what I decide to do here. I throw the Weather Ball. The opponent burns their last shield, so they want to win switch, it looks like. I'm definitely going to shield here and hope to be able to farm down. We should be able to in the 2 shields. And now we have a move ready as well. And I can't switch out here, so I'm just going to throw the Weather Ball here because I have to keep the alignment. It is a Ferrothorn, as you see, so it is the line that I expected it to be. And now I just have to align Deoxys onto Ferrothorn, Stunfisk onto Marowak, and this should be a GG. This is shields down as well, so it should be pretty straightforward here. Opponent throws the Power Whip, switches out into Marowak. I'm actually going to throw the Rock Slide here, which isn't necessary. I could just switch into the Stunfisk and through the Earthquake, but instead stay out. So the Rock Slide, or no, the opponent's going to throw Shadow Bone. It doesn't matter what they throw here, nothing's going to KO. And I'm going to throw the Rock Slide here. This is going to pretty much knock out the Marowak. I tried to undercharge there, but it doesn't really matter. Ferrothorn's going to come in. At this point, I just go for the Rock Slide because I want to do some chip damage here. I know he has to throw here to get rid of the Stunfisk, or else I'll get to another Rock Slide. And then this should be in the range now for my Deoxys to come in and farm down. And we are looking at a 5-0 set to hit Legend. And it's pretty crazy because I think 3 of the 5 times I've hit Legend rank, I have gone 5-0 in the final set. So I don't know why that happens, but I'll take it. It's pretty cool. And there it is. We hit Legend, a perfect 5-0. We get a Ponytail, which is pretty disappointing. But boom, 30-69. We went up 70 points for that 5-0, so that is absolutely amazing. We get all of the end gear, the pose, style, whatnot. And honestly, what a journey, what a ride. I'm so happy that you were all able to watch it with me. And I thank you all for your support on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments about the team, any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer pretty much every single question you guys have. And once again, just thank you so much for all the support on the channel. I couldn't be doing any of this without you guys, so thank you. So now that we did hit Legend rank, I guess it might be time to test out some Spice. So I might take a couple days off, let the queues maybe get closer to where I don't have to wait so long for battles, and then maybe I'll start spicing it up. I don't know. I'll probably do some shoutcasts before any of that. So you guys let me know, submit your battles. I'll be happy to shoutcast everything. And once again, thank you so much. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.